I got plenty of work for a self-starter like you. Good.
And we are live, baby. Hello, everyone out there in the YouTube universe. This is your boy, the Savage himself. He's like, this is your boy Nick, a.k.a. the Savage himself. And today, you know what y'all clicked on this video for. Hold on, I gotta reach. No, I don't. I'm gonna keep going. One take is all I'm fucking doing. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, the Savage himself, and today is episode 2. Yes, episode 2 of The Savage Speaks. Now, if y'all not familiar, if y'all didn't watch episode 1, this is a podcast, or whatever this is. I don't know what it is, where I just talk a little bit about a couple of topics that happened throughout the week, happened throughout the past weeks, and I bring it up to you guys. I bring it to you, I bring my perspective, and I bring it to your attention. Yes, if you're listening, I sound a bit sick, because I am congested like hell, and it's so bad right now. Hold on, I gotta... Fuck. Probably play a game where my voice isn't heard. Whatever, you know, I'm just gonna go do solo zombies. But, my thing is, today, I'll talk a little bit about a couple of things that happened throughout the week. Y'all obviously already know that, because y'all seen that, either y'all seen episode 1, or y'all just new to the channel. Anyway, before we continue, let me tell you a little something. I need y'all to go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Every time you want to see another one of these podcasts, or another one in my regarding series, go ahead and hit that. Hit all those buttons right there. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want me to talk about, because I may or may not listen. It doesn't matter. But all support is welcome. Likes, dislikes, whatever. That way I know what y'all want. So, regarding Sunday, I already made Sunday with the Madden tournament. I already made a video on that. I already made a regarding video on that, and I'm not gonna speak on it again because I don't want to talk about that situation. It's very bad. And it was a very sad situation, and I do not want to talk about it again, if that is okay with everybody else. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into these topics today. Today, it's another quick 5 topics. Here it is. Cyberpunk 2077 Fallout. We can get started. Cyberpunk 2077, if y'all don't know what that game is, the game is it's a first-person shooter. Think of Fallout meets Blade Runner. Yeah. Think of like Fallout meets Blade Runner. It's a really cool-looking game, but on Twitter, they made a video, they made a comment, someone they made a "did you just assume my gender" comment, and offended Twitter came out in droves. They were like, "Oh man, how dare you make fun of trans people how dare you make fun of trans people who actually have to go through this with people misgendering them or whatever." And then Cyberpunk 2077 decided to
I don't think this is a dream.
Fuck. Cyberpunk 2077 decided that they were going to they're going to fold. They were going to cave, and they apologized to the masses. And I don't think that was the right decision, because you can't give these guys, you can't give these people the satisfaction of the apology, because once you do, then they start thinking that they can control the gaming universe, and I don't think that's okay, because they fold to the people that probably they fold to the people that probably aren't gonna buy the game in the first place. So I don't think that's fair to the I don't think that's fair to the gaming community. Just in case, like, some people wanted to hear some funny shit like that in a game, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. Like that was a funny ass joke. I liked it." But offended Twitter came out and drove, and Cyberpunk 2077 apologized, and I think it was really bad on their part because they decided to cave. Like I said, they decided to cave, and once you decide to cave to these people, you'll start to take everything. You'll start to take your livelihood, and I don't think that's fair to the guys at CD Projekt Red. I mean, I understand why they did it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I completely understand. A lot of these people, they
always got to think about
they're professional. They're professional victims. How dare you make fun of trans people who actually have to live through this on a daily basis? Shut up. Shut your mouth. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it. Like, I completely understand. Like, I sympathize with the LGBT community, but the people who, like, even, like, there's LGBT people who aren't even offended by the joke, and they're like, oh, you don't know how they feel, bitch, neither do you. So, calm it the hell down. Same thing with my next topic, Doom Eternal.
I always hated
Doom Eternal made a comment on their game. There's a section where you're on Earth and demons have invaded Earth, and it says demons is an offensive term or something, some bullshit like that, and it pissed off a bunch of people. It really pissed off a bunch of people, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, how dare you!" Like, it's the same thing. Essentially, it's the same thing with Cyberpunk 2077. Offended Twitter comes out in droves, and they basically like try to ruin the joke for everybody. Like, they come in and like everybody has to be offended. I don't get it. I don't get the offense. I mean, I guess it's because I'm not trans, but even then, if I was, I don't think I'd be super offended that they did you assume my gender jokes, and those jokes, because honestly the joke was just making fun of people who do stuff like that. At least that's what I think it was. I think it was just a joke. I just think that was a joke. Now, that's what, I think that's just what the joke is. That's usually what the joke is, though.
I'm still on my feet.
It's usually just a joke about, like, oh, the hypersensitive culture we live in, where you can't even say anything like that, or you're offending somebody, and I think that's where the miscommunication comes from. They're like, oh yeah, that wasn't too funny. I didn't like that you made a joke like that. Well, too fucking bad. I made it. So hold my nuts. How about that? I think that was funny. Fucking bitch. But I think we as a society need to get off this hypersensitivity that we consistently push, and it's not even like we consistently push, we're poking and prodding at everything, and everyone's offended, and I think as a culture it's killing us. Excuse me, shit. That's just my opinion. I think as a culture, this shit is really fucking killing us. Because there is so much good in the world that we can have. Like, I feel like this is my biggest problem, because it's like we have comedy in the world for a reason. Like, it's here to make us, forget about the bullshit that happens on a daily basis to us. But
Ain't looking good. I gotta get some ammo.
and I don't think. Oh, sorry, I got a little focus right there. My bad.
Ain't got no
I think
power in your punch.
it's not fair to the people who actually find this stuff funny that you guys, or the oversensitive Twitter culture, can sit there and dictate what jokes are what's funny and what isn't to certain people. Like, you're not the arbiter. You're not the arbiter of comedy, so stop acting like you are. But like, you're not the arbiter of everything that's funny, so stop acting like you're the person who's like, you're not. I'm stuck on this point. You're not the arbiter of comedy, so stop acting like or putting yourself in a position where you think you are. You know what I'm saying? If that makes, does that make sense? Like, for example, there's a guy on Twitter who's like, who's in a wheelchair, and he was making jokes about how he's like, oh yeah, he said, I was sitting in the movies watching Infinity War, eating beans, and I spilled beans, and some black kid yelled out, "Hey, this nigga eating beans!" So I got sad, and I ran out of the movie theater, and then I got hit by a car, and that's why I'm in a wheelchair. And some girl was trying to like one up him, was like, I was in a wheelchair, and this wasn't funny. He's like, well, I'm in a wheelchair, so that's a thing. And I was like, yeah, you don't get to have. I was like, I don't think you get to have this. I don't think you get to have this one. I think you lost. And she's like, she's really trying to argue him down about this kind of stuff. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I think it's not. You don't get to. You don't get to just be like, hey. And like, hey, I said that wasn't nice, and I didn't like that, but you guys still laughed. I'm angry. Like, bitch, shut up. Shut up. Stop trying to change my opinion on something that I think is funny. Like, stop trying to guide my comedy in what I think is hilarious. Because first of all, bitch, it's not you. It's not for you. My comedy is not for you. Stop trying to change my perception of life because it's not the same as yours. Okay? Cut that shit the fuck out. It's so fucking annoying. It really pisses me off that I have to say shit like this, you know? It really, really pisses me off that I have to say shit like this because people don't understand it. They're like, well, my perspective's right, you're just alt-right. What? Bitch, ain't nobody say nothing about being alt-right. Shut up. But, enough about that. I don't think it's necessary to talk about it anymore. Yeah, y'all know my perspective.
This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
The moral of that is oversensitive Twitter needs to let go of their hypersensitivity
Supposed to secure the
and
package.
just understand
Out clean.
that life is not holding you by the balls all the time, or the pussy, or whatever. I don't know if you.
Whole thing's been one disaster.
Life is not Donald Trump in y'all, so let that shit go, please. For the progression of society, I would really like to see everybody I would really like to see people
fragile
let this shit
alliance
go.
holds steady. Though Richthofen ensured our
Because
extraction
personally,
from the 935
I don't
Secercy,
think it is
it
necessary
appears the group is
to
not
put
as
ourselves in a
fragmented
position
as we
where
had
we're
hoped.
angry all the time. But like I said, I don't. If that's how you want to feel all the time, be my guest. I'd really rather not, I guess.
Return to the earth, creature!
But enough about that. Let's talk about some fun shit. Nickelodeon is releasing their streaming service called Nickelodeon Splat, which is gonna have a whole bunch of old shows on there, like a whole bunch of old the good shit on Nickelodeon, the real shit on Nickelodeon, not that bullshit that they're trying to peddle on us for years now. Only thing good on Nickelodeon right now is SpongeBob. No bullshit. Fuck what anybody else got to say. SpongeBob is forever the shit. No matter how bad it may look now, SpongeBob will forever be the most flame show on Nickelodeon. But they're bringing shows back like Guts and I forget. Was it Rocket Power? Nah, they're not bringing back Rocket Power. Rugrats, I think. Don't quote me on this, but I just saw the article like a day ago, and I put it down in my notes, so I'm not entirely sure.
Must not be allowed to repeat themselves.
No, shit, excuse me.
Double points! Fortune smiles upon us. We must seize the moment.
But that was just something like real quick. I was just wanting to talk about because I think that you deserve something happy in this show. You know, you deserve it. You deserve it. We definitely deserve to have something like that in our lives. Because it's not fair to us that we got to deal with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ready and willing to fight for all eternity.
It's not fair to us that we gotta put up with everybody being mad all the damn time.
My solitude allows me to reflect
I
on the
control it loud
questions
as
before
fuck.
us.
That's cool.
What
Okay.
forces does Richthofen seek to harness? Does he really change for the better? Can the universe be saved from itself? I am uncertain.
I'm trying to think. Is there any other topics? Oh, SpiderMan. Yeah, SpiderMan. This is my last topic that I have on my notes. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this podcast. I don't know if y'all noticed. I'm trying to keep this podcast to like 5 topics or less. It's not gonna be like a super extra long podcast where I'm like taking like 30 minutes on a. Oh, I'm taking like 30 minutes on a topic, stretching this out to like an hour. I'm kind of just speaking on whatever I feel at the moment, or whatever is popping for me.
Defile me with your touch.
What is there? What is it? There is. We got. Goddamn. What is that fucking shit? Yeah, SpiderMan, the official Twitter for SpiderMan released DLC. It's gonna be releasing DLC after the game comes out, a month after the game comes out. And I was like, yeah, let the game come out first. I want to see how the game works. And they were like, oh no, they announced this in April. People were like, they announced this in April. Yeah, that's cool. I just want to see how the game works. Like, I never said it was a bad thing.
It appears that other souls.
Damn it. God damn it. But like, I never said this was a bad thing. I just want to see how the game played. That's just my opinion of it. But the Spider-Man game comes out in, what's today? What is today? Today is the 31st in 7 days? Almost? 8 days, I think. Game comes out in 8 days. So I think that this game, I think this game is going to be a Game of the Year candidate. I don't care what anybody has to say, even though it's coming out in the fall season, where like all the games are going to come out, all the good games are going to come out at least. I think that this game is definitely going to be Game of the Year for a Spider-Man game, because let's be honest, most of these Spider-Man games out here haven't been good since Spider-Man 2 on PS2. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the PlayStation games were great. Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro was great. The movie Spider-Man, the the Sam Raimi movies were good. Yeah, the Sam Raimi movies were good. The Sam Raimi versions of that movie. There's the what's that shit called? The Sam Raimi version, Spider-Man 1, 2. Then there was 3 where they kind of just started sprinkling shit in. I didn't really fuck with 3 too much, but that's a personal issue, I guess. And this Spider-Man game looks amazing. The story looks great. The combat looks fluid. The story looks great. The combat looks fluid. I think that this game is definitely gonna be that game that I think this is definitely the game that's gonna show people that Spider-Man is back. In my opinion, I think this is definitely gonna be like, yeah, this is the game that shows you the Spider-Man back on your ass. I'm out here putting that thing on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Spider-Man back and he black. You know, no, he not black. Well, I mean, he is black, but that's not the point. The point, you get the fuck I'm saying. But excuse me. I guess. Oh, one last topic I'm gonna talk about real quick. It's this is the start of the weekend. For my wrestling fans who watch this podcast, this is the start of the weekend for all in the biggest indie show. The biggest indie show of all time. Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes have funded their own wrestling show that sold out in 30 minutes. It's going to be wild! But yeah, this is gonna be a great week. This is a great week for wrestling in general. SummerSlam is come and gone. Raw wasn't that bad. SmackDown was great. NXT was amazing as always. And now we're here All In, which comes on Saturday. Yeah, which comes on Saturday. No, yeah, I was right. It was 7 days to Spider-Man. So to revise my last comment in my when I was talking about Spider-Man, comes out in 7 days. 7 days. But yeah, it's happening. This is definitely what we wanted. You know what I'm saying? I think this is definitely what we wanted and what we needed. You know what I'm saying? This is, especially in the wrestling community, this is definitely what we needed. We needed something to show WWE that they can't just keep giving us mediocre shit and then expecting us to be like, you know what, that's great. I like that. Every time, you know? Not everything is, oh, you know, I really like the bullshit that you handed me. Yeah, thanks for shitting in my hand and making me, you know, rub it together, That's what wrestling is in the WWE, in my opinion, right now. I mean, it's good, but It feels like they're taking a dump in my hand and saying, rub that in, because it's lotion, you know? But All In's gonna be great. You got Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Bandito versus the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes. You got Okada versus Skrull, Omega versus Pentagon. No, it was not Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is facing Nick Aldis for the NWA World Championship. What's that shit? What is it called? What is it called? It's Ibushi and the Young Bucks versus Bandito. Yeah, it was yeah, Cody Rhodes versus Bandito, Rey Mysterio, and Rey Fenix. So I think that this is definitely gonna be. Oh wait, am I forgetting a match? Oh yeah, what's that motherfucker called? Goddamn.
Allows for smooth, continuous motion. Well done. Now proceed down the course.
It's Stephen Amell versus what's it called? Versus Christopher Daniels.
Some basic weapons work.
In
Good work. Now
yeah, it's Stephen Amell versus Christopher Daniels in a regular match. So Stephen Amell's a wrestler now. It's cool, I guess. The fucking Arrow is a wrestler. So if y'all want to see that, go ahead, download the Fight app. They're gonna be doing a 0 hour.
Fire while wall running to engage enemies from unexpected angles and directions.
Yeah, they're gonna be doing a 0 hour on WGN America. So if you guys want to check that out, y'all can. But like I said, you guys should definitely download the Fight app.
Move on to maneuvering in a subaqueous environment. Your augmentations and modifications allow you to remain active while submerged for a while, but you can still drown if you're not careful.
But I think that's all of my topics I have set up for my show. Like I said, these shows are always going to be really quick, probably about like 30, 20 minutes maybe. I can't see the time because my thing doesn't. I turned that off, so I can never see the time on my shit. But hey, like I said, this has been The Savage Speaks. I had my piece on my topics. I am very thankful that you guys have come through all the time.
Well done.
That's it. Thank you guys for coming through.
Completing those courses will further hone your mobility skills.
If you like the podcast, episode 3 will come out next Friday. No, Friday after next. My bad. I'm sorry. Episode 3 will be coming out Friday after next. Definitely go check that out. When it comes out, obviously. If y'all got any topics y'all want me to talk about, go ahead, drop it in the motherfucking comments, or tweet me, DM me on Twitter, DM me on Instagram. It's both there. Hell, even message me on PlayStation, because I add everybody. So, y'all want to check me out, go ahead, look at all the social media links in the description. Y'all like the podcast, right? Y'all like the podcast, right? Go ahead, hit a like. It's like, go ahead, give this video a like. You know, hit that subscribe button. Do that too. And also, don't forget to hit the notification bell just in case you guys want to be notified on this next podcast or regarding episode. Hey, but thanks for coming through. This has been The Savage Speaks. I'm Nick, a.k.a. The Savage himself, and thank you for coming. Bye.